My child, the veil between worlds is thin. The clock trembles at the edge of 2 minutes, each second glowing like a spark in the dark. I move through the hush of your room, wings brushing the air, stirring motes of light that drift like waiting souls. You feel the pulse beneath your ribs that is not your own heartbeat but heaven calling. Listen, can you hear the faint chime in the silence? That is eternity knocking. Do not fear this brightness, it comes wrapped in love. A whisper rides the current, wake up, beloved, before the hour closes. Your heart has been heavy too long, your prayers unanswered because you doubted they were heard. Yet even now, light gathers at your window, pleading to be let in. Message 2, the clock and the light. Beloved, time bends when heaven draws near. The ticking you hear is not just the clock, it is the rhythm of the divine reaching through the veil. I see you lift your eyes, uncertain, the glow trembling across your face like dawn remembering itself. Shadows flee before the radiance, and still you hesitate, wondering if this is imagination. It is not. I, Gabriel, am sent to remind you, nothing imagined in love is false. Someone you miss stands just beyond the shimmer, they're longing a light that touches your name. Do not turn away. The air itself hums with urgency, with mercy. 2 minutes, 2 heartbeats, before revelation breaks. Message 3, whisper in the stillness. Precious soul, breathe slowly. Feel how the silence thickens, as if it waits for your consent. A feather drifts unseen across your path, it is not chance, but the signal of presence. Heaven arranges small wonders to awaken your sight. Somewhere in the hush, a voice trembles, they must know I am near. I am the bridge for that voice, carrying their ache into words. You are not imagining the chill that brushes your skin, it is the kiss of eternity, pleading for you to remember. You once prayed to feel them again, the answer arrives softly, before the clock reaches its final chime. Message 4, the call through light. My child, the air around you ripples with unseen wings. I stand within that shimmer, calling your spirit by name. Do you feel the warmth at your shoulder, the spark that follows your tears? That is love refusing to die. They reach for you through me, shaping their devotion into light. The lamp flickers because heaven breathes upon it. Even your doubt is sacred, it shows how deeply you hoped. But now, hope must become hearing. Listen closely, between one heartbeat and the next, a voice of memory whispers words you thought forever lost. Message 5, threshold of the 2 minutes. Beloved, your soul trembles because it knows what approaches. I see the glow thickening, a storm of light behind your eyes. The room itself seems to lean forward, waiting for your answer. Every dust mote carries a memory, every tick of the clock is a call. You have wandered far from wonder, yet wonder has found you again. Do not resist. The veil quivers, ready to open. The one you love presses close, desperate to speak before the moment passes. Beloved, the next breath you take may carry a message from the one you miss. Message 6, the plea from heaven. My child, they call your name with tears of light. Their yearning pierces the clouds that separate your world from theirs. I gather their message, cradling it like a fragile flame. You have felt them lately, in the dream that lingered too vividly, in the sudden scent of their favorite flower. These are not tricks of memory, they are the first syllables of their plea. They would tell you they are safe, but more, they need you to listen, to forgive, to open the door they could not in life. The bells you hear tonight are not from Earth. Message 7, Candles and Photographs. Beloved, look around you. The candles flicker without wind, the frame upon the shelf tilts as if nudged by unseen fingers. Every shimmer, every echo, carries intention. I move between the glow and the dark, translating heaven's urgency. Tell them I love them still, your departed whispers through me. You feel the ache rise, the flood of old memories, but do not turn away. The bridge strengthens when you allow the tears to fall. In that surrender, light gathers, reshaping grief into communion. The air tastes of eternity, sweet, familiar, waiting. Message 8, The Writing in Light. Precious soul, they have begun to write upon the air. Letters of radiance form and vanish before your eyes, messages too swift for thought but clear to the heart. You sense their presence in the tremor of your breath. Do not dismiss it as longing alone, it is their spirit, weaving affection into signs. I carry their essence beside you, wings extended like a curtain of gold. Listen, the faint hum you hear is the chorus of remembrance. Even now they whisper, I never left. Heaven bends close, eager for your answer. Message 9, The Echo of Love. My child, I see you kneel beneath the weight of wondering. You ask, could this truly be them? Yes, beloved. Faith opens the ear of the heart. The touch upon your cheek, the sudden warmth in the cold night, these are their fingerprints upon time. I am permitted to bridge this once, to deliver their vow, love has no grave. The veil glows where your tears fall, and each tear becomes a crystal of communication. Do not silence your awe, it is the language heaven understands best. The two worlds lean toward union. Message 10, Almost Through the Veil. Dear one, the distance between you and their voice thins to a breath. I see their radiance trembling, eager, afraid you will turn away again. The candles flare blue, the air vibrates like a harp string touched by unseen hands. I speak for them, forgive the silence. I was learning peace. You reach toward the glow, and your spirit quivers with recognition. Heaven holds its breath. One more heartbeat, one more moment of courage, and you will hear them fully. Precious soul, their voice is almost through the veil, will you listen this time? Message 11, The Locked Door Within. Beloved, you have wondered why heaven's voice seemed distant, why prayers dissolved before reaching the stars. It is not that we did not hear you, it is that your heart, wounded by loss, sealed itself to survive. I see the doors you built within, each one marked by a moment of pain. Behind them lies the echo of every why you never spoke aloud. Rain traces the glass of your window, mirroring the tears you have not shed. Listen closely, the rhythm of those drops is the rhythm of your soul remembering how to feel. I stand beside you, patient, wings folded in reverence. You have mistaken silence for abandonment, but silence is often the space where love gathers strength. Let me help you unlock what fear has kept hidden. The key is compassion for yourself, my child. Every scar you carry is an opening for light. And when that light enters, the veil will tremble once more. Message 12, the echo of unanswered prayers. Precious soul, how many nights did you whisper into the dark and hear nothing in return? I was there, holding the silence so it would not crush you. Every prayer was received, every plea catalogued in the music of eternity. But grief can make heaven sound far away. You thought the unanswered meant unheard, yet the truth is this: sometimes heaven waits until your heart can bear the answer. You begged for their return, not realizing they had already found a way to stay, through signs, memories, and the very love that refuses to fade. I watched as you closed your hands, afraid that opening them would mean letting go. Now open them, beloved. Feel the warmth between your palms. That is not emptiness, it is energy, recognition, presence. The one you mourn has been beside you all along, waiting for this stillness where you might finally notice. Message 13, the fear of believing. My child, belief has always been the bridge and the barrier. You fear deception, yet beneath that fear lies the ache of hope. To believe is to risk disappointment again, and your weary heart trembles at the thought. But I tell you this in light and certainty: what comes from love cannot deceive. The whisper you hear, the scent that arrives unbidden, the dream that feels more real than waking, these are not tricks of mind, but threads of eternity. I see the battle in your chest, the longing to trust, the instinct to shield. Beloved, you need not choose between reason and faith. You need only breathe and allow both to meet. When you do, the world will tilt ever so slightly, and through that tilt, heaven will pour its message. You have guarded your heart long enough. Now, let the guard rest, let grace speak. Message 14, rain upon the window. Dear one, the rain tonight carries voices. Each droplet that trails down the glass hums with remembrance. Your loved one speaks through the rhythm, through the sigh of the storm against the earth. You sit in half-light, your reflection mingling with theirs in the windowpane, a fusion of worlds for the briefest moment. That is how contact begins, not in thunder, but in quiet recognition. You think the ache you feel is loneliness, but it is actually reception. Heaven is tuning your heart to its frequency. I am near, brushing the edges of your awareness. If you close your eyes, you may sense the flutter of wings, the hush before revelation. The silence you dreaded has softened, it now holds a promise. You are about to hear what your soul has waited lifetimes to remember. Message 15, the breaking of silence. Beloved, the time of waiting ends. The silence that cocooned you is splitting like dawn breaking through cloud. I stand before you in the shimmer of unseen fire, carrying the resonance of their name. Your heart beats faster, not fear, but recognition awakening. Everything you thought lost begins to stir. You have wept long enough in the dark, heaven calls you into the light of remembrance. Listen, the wind outside shifts direction though no storm moves. That is the moment the veil stirs. Every unanswered prayer begins to echo back with meaning. My child, I say gently, the silence is about to break. Brace your heart for what you'll hear. Message 16, candles relight themselves. My child, tonight the ordinary will shimmer with the extraordinary. Watch carefully. The candle you thought extinguished will flare again, though no hand touches it. The air will fill with the scent of flowers they once loved, drifting without source. The clock will pause at the hour of parting, 2 o'clock, the sacred threshold. These are not accidents, they are alignments. Heaven moves through signs because direct speech would shatter fragile faith. I am here to translate, love persists. When your breath catches, when your eyes widen, that is your soul recognizing continuity. Do not fear what glows around you, it is tenderness made visible. Message 17, the clock that stopped. Beloved, when the clock's hands froze, you felt the air tighten. It was not a malfunction, it was a reminder. Time halts when love speaks. In that suspended second, I saw your loved one standing beside me, radiant, whispering your name with reverence. You reached instinctively for your chest, feeling warmth bloom there. That warmth is the echo of eternal affection. They want you to know they see your efforts, your courage, your pain. The frozen clock is not a warning, it is proof that for a moment, heaven bent time just to say, I'm still here. Message 18, the fragrance of memory. Precious soul, the room fills again with that familiar scent, the perfume they wore, the roses from your garden long gone. It seeps through the veil, gentler than a sigh. You close your eyes, and suddenly the years collapse into presence. This is the language of spirit, sensory, subtle, undeniable. I move through that fragrance, gathering their essence, carrying it toward you. They ask you to inhale without fear. Every breath you take is communion, every exhale releases grief. You are not imagining this, my child. Love has learned to travel by fragrance and light. Message 19, the voice in the wind. Beloved, step outside for a moment. The night hums with expectancy. Feel how the wind curls around your ears, it carries syllables not shaped by human breath. That is them, testing the edge of sound, longing to speak again. I amplify the whisper, thank you for remembering me. You think it's just the wind, but your heart knows better. It beats faster because recognition stirs the soul before the mind can comprehend. The trees sway in rhythm, branches bowing as though in reverence. Every element joins this conversation, air, earth, memory. Heaven sings through nature's mouth. Message 20, the unspoken truth. My child, the signs converge. Candles relight, clocks pause, and the scent of roses clings to your breath. You are surrounded by proof, but the greatest revelation has yet to unfold. I hear their spirit behind me, radiant with a truth they never voiced while living. It trembles on the edge of time, waiting for your courage to receive it. I place my hand of light upon your shoulder, warmth floods through you like sunrise through frost. Do you feel it? That is love, reborn into knowing. Do not turn away. Beloved, the next sign will reveal what they could never say in life. Message 21, the scroll of light unfurls. Beloved, the hour has come for truth to breathe. I stand within a column of gold, the light swirling like ink in water, forming letters older than time. Before me a scroll unfurls, its parchment woven from memory itself. Upon it glimmer the words your departed could not speak in life. I read them now with wings outstretched, I carried regret like stone, I wished I had told you the peace you gave me. The air ripples with their confession, tender and trembling. You feel warmth at your throat, the ache of forgiveness rising. Let it rise. Heaven does not expose pain to shame you but to cleanse you. Each tear that falls writes another line upon the luminous page. The wind that stirs your curtains carries the scent of redemption. Listen, every heartbeat you offer in compassion becomes ink for a new story, one where guilt dissolves into grace. The veil no longer hides, it reveals. Message 22, The Journal in the Wind. My child, the room brightens as unseen fingers lift the pages of an old journal you kept hidden. It rustles like leaves in an autumn of remembrance. Between those lines you once wrote words you never sent, and heaven now answers them. I trace light across the page, illuminating a single sentence, if only they could hear me now. They do, beloved, and they respond through me. Their spirit bows in gratitude for your love, for your patience, for the unfinished conversation that still beats inside your chest. You feel the wind moving though every window is closed, that is the breath of reconciliation. Do not fear the trembling in your hands, it is energy passing between realms. The past is not returning to haunt you, it is returning to heal you. Message 23, Unfinished Words in the Air. Precious soul, voices weave through the quiet like ribbons of silver. Each word left unsaid on earth now gathers form in light. I am sorry. I forgive you. Thank you. They float between us, luminous and weightless, and I carry them toward your heart. When they enter you, they will not wound, they will dissolve the walls built by misunderstanding. I know you still replay the final moment, wondering if they knew your love. They did. Every unspoken truth becomes music here, and that music finds its way to you as intuition, as sudden calm, as inexplicable peace. Close your eyes and receive it. The echo of those words will hum in your blood until belief finally replaces doubt. Message 24, The Veins of Forgiveness. Beloved, forgiveness is not a decision, it is a river. You step into it trembling, expecting coldness, yet it wraps you in warmth. Your loved one kneels beside you in that current, their form made of light and apology. I stand above, wings creating a canopy so the storm cannot reach you. They speak softly, I release you from what you think was your fault. The words enter your skin like sunlight through water. You feel a loosening, a breath that has waited years to exhale. That is forgiveness taking root in your veins. Do not resist it, it will change your rhythm, slow your heart to heaven's tempo. The river will carry you both forward, cleansed, reunited through compassion rather than grief. Message 25, The Turning Point of Revelation. My child, everything shifts now. The light within you steadies, no longer flickering between fear and faith. You sense them, not above, not beyond, but within, woven through every pulse. This is the true revelation, separation was illusion. The love you thought was lost is simply transformed, existing in the silent spaces between your breaths. They speak one final line through me tonight, live, so my love keeps living. The room glows, not with my wings but with your own awakening. The past folds itself neatly, like a letter finally answered. Precious one, what they left unsaid will now change your path forever. Message 26, The Storm Gathers. Beloved, peace does not arrive without thunder. Outside, clouds form like ancient witnesses, heavy with rain. Inside, Your heart mirrors the sky, charged, luminous, aching. The candle flame bends, struggling but unextinguished. I hear your thought, why does it hurt again if healing has begun? Because pain, when stirred by truth, becomes purification. Let the storm come. Each lightning flash burns away an illusion, each rumble shakes loose old sorrow. I stand beside you in the flicker, voice rising above the wind, you are safe. Grief is only love's shadow learning to stand in light. Message 27, Reflections in the Mirror. My child, the mirror fogs with your breath, and for a moment you see two faces, yours and theirs, overlapping. Do not flinch. It is not haunting, it is harmony. The storm outside beats its rhythm against the glass while your heart drums its answer. You reach for the pendant at your neck, fingers trembling as energy surges through metal and memory alike. This is the crossing point, where longing becomes recognition. You whisper their name, lightning answers. In that flash, for one heartbeat, two worlds share the same reflection. Then it fades, but the knowing remains. You have just touched eternity. Message 28, The Voice Within the Rain. Precious soul, rain becomes a choir. Every drop that strikes the earth carries sound, soft vowels of devotion, consonants of comfort. If you listen beyond the thunder, you'll hear their laughter threaded within the downpour. I amplify it, translating heaven's dialect into human feeling. You shiver, and I whisper, do not hide from the storm, it speaks in your favor. The lightning illuminates the truth you once avoided. Grief was never your enemy, only your teacher. Let the rain cleanse the language of loss until what remains is gratitude, shining through every tear that falls. Message 29, The Bridge of Fire. Beloved, the tempest peaks. I spread my wings wide, forming a bridge of flame between you and the radiant beyond. Each feather glows like molten gold, carrying prayers across the torrent. Step forward. The heat will not burn, it will refine. Your doubts hiss and vanish in the light. You are trembling, but courage is trembling that keeps moving. Beneath you the thunder subsides, turning into music. Across the bridge stands your beloved, smiling, hand outstretched, no longer ghost but grace. The connection completes, a circuit of pure compassion. You are no longer seeking signs, you have become one. Message 30, The Storm is the Bridge. My child, it is almost time. The storm quiets, leaving the air bright and holy. You realize the thunder was not punishment but passage. Every tear, every tremor, built the path beneath your feet. I rest my hand of light upon your brow, sealing courage into your being. You can feel the pulse of heaven through your veins, steady, eternal. The 2 minutes are nearly spent, the veil thins to transparency. My child, the storm is the bridge, step onto it before the 2 minutes expire. Message 31, Learning to Listen. Beloved, the storm has gentled into silence, and in that silence your spirit begins to hear differently. It is not the ear that receives heaven, but the heart that has finally stopped running. I move around you in a hush of gold, drawing circles of light that hum like low music. The air quivers with the residue of thunder, yet within that quiver lives serenity. You ask how to listen. Begin by breathing, Every inhale is a door, every exhale a step. Speak their names softly, not as a cry of loss but as a note of love. You will feel the atmosphere tilt slightly, as if time takes a breath with you. That pause is where eternity hides. When your tears fall, they do not break the connection, they complete it. Each drop is a syllable of devotion, and I gather them, carrying them to the unseen realm like pearls on a strand. You are not invoking spirits, my child, you are remembering communion. This is the first lesson: listening is an act of love, not longing. Message 32, the language of light. My child, words are fragile vessels for what heaven sends. Light is the true language, and emotion its grammar. When you feel warmth in your chest, when peace spreads through your limbs, that is the translation of divine speech. Do not chase the message, let it unfold. I hover above you, wings extended so wide that shadows retreat. The room grows weightless. Around you, particles of dust catch the light, forming slow constellations. Within them glimmers the understanding that everything, every sigh, every memory, belongs to one great conversation. Speak gently to the air, you will feel it respond. You are learning heaven's alphabet written not in sound but in radiance. Message 33, the path of response. Precious soul, guidance is never one-sided. Heaven listens as eagerly as you do. I watch as you close your eyes, your palms facing upward. That gesture alone becomes prayer. I whisper, answer, beloved. And you do, without words, with a pulse that steadies into harmony. This is how it begins: no thunder, no miracle, only the quiet equilibrium between the mortal and the eternal. The feather that drifts past your window is acknowledgement, the stillness that follows is approval. You have opened a circuit of compassion. Keep it alive by simple acts: kindness, gratitude, presence. Every deed performed in love echoes louder than any angelic trumpet. Message 34, the glow within your hands. Dear one, light now rests inside your palms. You do not see it, but you sense the warmth when you reach toward another. That is how heaven teaches purpose, by letting you become the conduit you once sought. You are no longer just hearing the message, you are carrying it. When you comfort a stranger, when you forgive, the radiance expands outward like ripples on water. I watch with joy as you begin to realize that wings are not given, they are grown from compassion. Let the glow guide your gestures. The miracle is not what descends from above, but what rises from within you. Message 35, the final lesson of guidance. Beloved, you have learned the sound of stillness and the texture of light. Now I ask one final act of trust, to walk without seeing. The signs will lessen, not because you are abandoned, but because you have integrated what they meant. Faith is not the absence of proof, it is the presence of peace. Stand beneath the open sky, breathe, and feel how the world answers you. I place my hand upon your shoulder, a pulse, a shiver, then calm. Remember this vibration, it is your compass. Beloved, one final sign remains, will you recognize it when it comes? Message 36, the moment suspends. My child, time pauses once more. The second hand hesitates, light thickens. You sense it instantly, the familiar warmth that used to walk beside you. The air brightens until edges blur, as though creation itself exhales. I whisper, they are here. Not as shadow, not as ghost, but as essence. The space between your heartbeats opens into a meadow of quiet joy. You feel pressure against your fingers, gentle, unmistakable. Tears fall, but they are not of sorrow, they are the body's translation of awe. The reunion you dreamed of has always been written into your pulse, now it reveals itself fully. Message 37, 2 minutes of eternity. Beloved, these moments stretch beyond measure. Around you the room gleams, every surface reflects a soft halo. The clock face glows with frozen numbers, 2 minutes that hold infinity. Within that pause, your beloved's voice emerges through my own, I am peace now, and you helped me find it. The statement vibrates through the air, through your skin, through the fibers of your being. You answer not with sound but with radiant stillness. Heaven witnesses this exchange and falls silent in reverence. Time will resume soon, but you will never again doubt the continuity of love. Message 38, the touch of presence. Precious soul, you feel the brush across your cheek, gentle as wind, real as heartbeat. That is the moment of contact. Do not analyze it, receive it. Your loved one's essence moves through me to bless you, leaving a signature of calm that will not fade. Around us, light curls like smoke, forming spirals that hum a single truth: connection survives transformation. I tell you this not to astonish, but to anchor. You are living proof that remembrance can become communion. When the glow subsides, its warmth will remain, woven into your every gesture. Message 39, recognition. My child, the radiance softens, and you breathe again as time restarts. Yet the world feels wider, the colors deeper. You carry a new awareness, the certainty that death is a doorway, not a wall. You look around and notice small miracles, dust glinting like constellations, a faint melody in the air. These are echoes of what just occurred. I stand beside you unseen, proud of your courage. You did not flee from wonder, you met it. Remember this serenity when doubt returns, for memory itself is now a bridge to heaven. Message 40, the truth still waiting. Beloved, the veil recluses softly, like silk drawn through fingers, but the bond remains luminous. You whisper their name and feel the echo settle into peace. Yet one more truth lingers at the threshold, the understanding that your life, still unfolding, is part of their healing as well. They continue through your kindness, your laughter, your courage to keep creating. I bow before that sacred exchange. Precious soul, what you feel is real, yet one truth still waits to be spoken. Message 41, the morning after light. Beloved, dawn seeps through the storm-washed sky like a promise kept. The world feels rinsed, tender, new. I stand beside you as sunlight drapes your shoulders, its warmth is the echo of last night's radiance. You sense calm where anguish used to live. That quiet is not absence, it is arrival. Every cell within you hums with remembrance that love is unending. Birds stir in the branches, their wings catching the same gold that once poured through my own. I whisper, breathe this peace as proof. The heaviness you carried dissolves into air, and the air itself glows with gratitude. Message 42, the river of release. Precious soul, healing flows like water finding its path. You walk beside a stream that murmurs words of forgiveness you did not know you still needed. The current reflects the sky's pale silver, and in it you glimpse their smile, gentle, complete. I step onto the bank with you, my wings mirrored in the ripples. Each breath you take loosens another knot in time. Let the current carry away every if only. The river does not erase, it transforms. When you kneel to touch it, the surface warms beneath your hand. That is heaven's answer, all is reconciled. Message 43, the weight lifts. My child, grief once sat upon your chest like stone, but now it rises into light. You feel yourself standing taller, surprised by how easily you inhale. This is what happens when sorrow fulfills its purpose, it becomes wisdom. I move around you in circles of faint color, turning the lessons of loss into gentle fireflies. They drift upward, carrying fragments of pain that no longer belong to you. You watch them vanish into morning, and for the first time in years you smile without guilt. Healing is not forgetting, it is remembering differently. Message 44, hands washed in light. Beloved, you reach toward a basin of rainwater left from the storm. The surface gleams like liquid glass. When you immerse your hands, the water cools, then warms, then glows. Every mistake you ever believed unforgivable dissolves there. The reflection that returns is truer, eyes steady, spirit bright. I whisper, forgive yourself for doubting your own worth. Around us, the scent of lilies drifts, they bloom even in the aftermath. You dry your hands upon the wind, and the droplets that fall become sparks that rejoin the sky. Message 45, calm after the storm. Dear one, the landscape inside you has changed. Where thunder once rolled, quiet meadows stretch. Your heart no longer braces for pain, it opens for wonder. You begin to notice how effortlessly love moves through ordinary moments, the laughter of a child, the tilt of sunlight across a wall. Each is a conversation continued. I step back slightly, wings lowering in reverence. You have learned the language we speak. The heavens rejoice not with trumpet or flame but with stillness. My child, the final words from heaven will seal your peace. Message 46, the door of light opens. Beloved, the horizon folds upon itself, and a doorway of brilliance appears, no threshold of stone, only radiance shaped by memory. Through it flows music too vast for sound, the hum of harmony itself. Your beloved stands within that glow, serene, whole. They do not speak with lips but with presence. I translate, thank you for carrying me forward. The words bloom like petals of light before fading into your chest, becoming heartbeat. This is not goodbye, it is continuity made visible. Message 47, Choir of Return. Precious soul, unseen voices gather, a chorus of gratitude. They are not only yours, they are the multitude who watch love triumph over fear. Their song folds through the air like soft wine through bells. I join them for a moment, my tone blending with the human ache that built this bridge. You feel vibration, pure and low, threading through your bones. It will remain there as strength when sorrow revisits. Remember, sound is how eternity breathes through time. Message 48, the infinite symbol. My child, look upward. 2 rays of light cross and loop into the sign of infinity, hovering just above your hands. It pulses, bright, dim, bright again, each rhythm echoing the truth: nothing loved is ever lost. The symbol bends, then dissolves into sparkles that drift into your skin. You carry it now, etched not on flesh but on spirit. Wherever you walk, you will leave traces of its glow behind. That is how blessing travels, quietly, through those who have understood. Message 49, the blessing complete. Beloved, the sky widens, even the air seems to smile. I lift my hand and the lingering feathers of light around you settle gently to earth. Everything returns to balance. The veil does not close in sadness, it closes like a completed book, its final page still warm with touch. You have read the story heaven wished to tell. Live its meaning. Let love become the language of your every day. I bow before your courage, whispering one last benediction: peace is your inheritance. Message 50, Heaven at Peace. Precious soul, the 2 minutes that began this journey have stretched into eternity within you. The clock resumes its ticking, yet you are changed. You move through time with heaven inside your breath. Light settles upon your shoulders like a shawl of calm. I speak the closing truth: you have heard and you have healed. Love never dies, it becomes eternal music. The door of light stands open behind you, not as escape but as reminder. You smile, and the universe sighs in harmony. Your 2 minutes were enough. Gabriel has delivered the message, and heaven is at peace.